Amanda here from DMG, and today I have another one of these gaming guide book reviews. This one is Skyrim from Prima Games, and I am interested to see how this looks. It's a very big book, it's a paperback. This isn't a new book. I don't know if this one came as a hardback at all. I just don't know. It is a massive book. It comes, and it still had, and it's still attached actually. I didn't realise it was attached, so I'm not going to unattach it. But it comes with a big map. I'm going to actually leave that in there, but you can see that in there, and it's all folded up, so you can see it's going to be huge. As with Prima in previous occasions that I've had a Prima book, the paper is a lot thinner than Future Press or piggyback guides, but it's still perfectly nice quality. It's just a little thinner. This particular one is coated, so then we're starting out with just a simple cover. And then we've got some lovely imagery here. We've got our index. So we've got training, inventory, bestiary. I never know how you say that. Quests. Different categories of quests. The atlas. They call it atlas with Prima. Basically, it's your maps. And then your appendices. So again, with a lot of these guides, they put these sort of colour sections on the side so you can see. So you've got this bit here, which then when you click in, it tells you that it is the training section. If you then went, say, onto this big section here, you follow the little arrow down and it tells you we're in the quests section down the bottom here, so you just follow that around. Sometimes they have it in the side. So then we've got your training section. It's actually got the Song of the Dragonborn here, which is kind of cool. And then it talks about the actual training section, which is basically how to play the game as far as I can see from these books before, from Prima. So then it's sort of welcome to Skyrim, selecting a race, and it lists down here the different races and what the statistics are for each one, so which is good for what, so you can make a judgment, you know, if you want to be a melee character, which is better for melee or which is better for magic, etc. So it gives you some information that's helpful in that regard. And then here even more information of each race. So let's take an example here of a Imperial. So what we've got here is the stats for the skills that you get, the starting spells, racial power, racial abilities, ideal play style, and then just some general info and some tips, and then different images of the faces there as well. Now, I just will say, as I always say at the beginning of these videos, is that as best as I can, I will try to not give any major spoilers, but clearly, as with anything like this, you are going to see stuff that's about the game. What I try to do is keep it like, if I show you a map, it's like the first map, so you see how it works in the guide, but hopefully because it's like the first area you're likely to go to, it's no big spoilers. Then we've got skills and improving your skills, so the different ones here. Game difficulty, legendary skills, trainers of Skyrim. So I guess this is where you can learn different skills. Like here it says smithing, you can go to these different people and learn the smithing skill. Again, I don't want to show too much in that regard, but it gives you all that information. You can also improve skills using books, and it talks about that. General advice on improving skills, the skill constellations, and just talking about that, and then the different like arms of the skill tree. It's a constellation in this case, but you can see there's a lot there on that. Character archetypes. This is the overview. So there's the different types of sort of general type of characters. So for example, a mage, and it will tell you the title, the race, the gender, the statistics, primary skills, secondary skills, perks, weapons, armor, etc. So for example, here with the mage, so we've got here race, high elf, female, statistic, magicka, health, different skills, perks, weapons, armor, and then archetype advice. So it's just giving you the advantages of, I guess, going down that particular route. So if you want to be a mage, what you will get from that, for example. Then training part 2, combat development and crafting. So character advancement, combat improvement, melee, combat tactics, magic based combat, range combat, choosing favorites. So this is all about shouts, and I'm not going to go into too much what that means. Diseases, vampirism, all sorts of other things to do with vampires and werewolves, crime and punishment. So basically you can commit a crime and it tells you what will be the consequence of such crime. Then we get to crafting. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. Enchanting. Again, lots of great images. It's basically just explaining that category. So smithing, about the forge, exactly what happens at the forge, the forging process, materials, and the economics of it, improvement of your items thereof, etc. So yeah, it's just giving you all that information. There's smithing recipes here, so basically what you need, what you will get from having that, and the damage and weight and value, etc. of that item. So it's just setting out those. Cooking, minerals and mining, smelting. Training part 3, adventuring across Skyrim. So we've got different cities and towns and stuff, your dungeons, other locations, maps and movements. It says the realm of Skyrim is vast and foreboding and at times almost overwhelming. There are over 350 primary locations to discover. Although you can go where you want and do what you want and see what you want, it is worth considering the following plans to explore more logically. And so it sets out just some ideas there to help you. Talks about dungeons and exploring dungeons, etc. It's giving you there, I don't know if you can just see that. I don't want to actually show you underneath it, but it actually has a little thing there saying minor spoiler. So it's giving you an alert that there's information there that you might just want to be aware of that could be a spoiler. So that's kind of cool that they put that in the book. Other sites of interest, books. I do know already, I have seen that there are just so many books, and you could read all of them and you would get just so much background information about the world of Skyrim. I did start by reading a lot of them, but the problem was that the information, it just became information overload in the end. So I tend to open them because some of them become are skill books or spell books, so they give you an extra skill. But other times they're just like stories and stuff that's like gives you, as I say, info on the world. And I sometimes just kind of skim those just to see if it's anything that might be relevant to what I'm doing, but because otherwise I think my brain would just explode with all the information. Improving your standing in Skyrim. So favours and friendship, houses, home ownership, and then it goes into the properties that are available, which is kind of cool. Followers, and it's giving us a minor spoiler information. All I will say is you get an AI companion that you can have that comes with you, and they assist you. They can carry some of your inventory as well, so that, because particularly at the beginning your inventory allowance is not huge, so it's quite helpful having someone else to share that with, and you know, trying to find places to sell it where they've got enough gold, etc., because you pick up so much stuff if you're not careful. You just literally fill your inventory every 2 seconds. I've learned to be a lot more discerning about what I pick up. And then you've got your horse. So you buy a horse, or you can steal one, and it tells you about using your horse and how that works. I didn't know, but apparently you can get a pet, and you can adopt a child, which I did know. It talks about mounted combat, because it's all about horses here. Then carriages and ferries. So basically, if there's an area on the map that's like crazy far away, you know, to walk there or go there by your horse would take you forever. But if you go to a town that has a carriage or a ferry, depending on where you're wanting to go, it will take you there it's almost like a fast travel type mechanism, but a fast travel to an area you haven't been. You can fast travel on your own accord if you've already visited an area. That I do know, but this is just laying out about your carriages and things and other information. I'm not going to read that, it says spoilers. Collectibles. Okay, training part 4, Hearthfire, a place to call home. Crafting, build your own house. So that's information all about crafting and building your own home, which is very interesting because I didn't even know that was a thing. Training part 5, adoption, so you can adopt a kid or 2. Inventory. So this is an inventory overview. So this is about spells. Again, I don't want to go too much into it, but I'm just going to go to inventory for weapons, say, because that won't be too spoilery, I hope. Okay, so on the spells, it's basically giving you the spell name, the level, the cost, the base cost, skill cost, description, and then notes on that. So then we've got weapons here. So we've got here table of weapons, and it's basically what it is, its damage, its weight, and its value. I'm not quite sure what the different colours mean. And armour and crafting enchantments. Tomes for books. This is loads of books. Other items. Here we come to your bestiary. So this is an overview of it, and again it's giving us a warning of a minor spoilers here. So again with this, it's just setting out the name of the beast, I guess, its subtype, its level, its health, magicka, stamina, weapons, armour, items that it might have on it, and any spells. So plenty of stats here to help you if you come across a particular thing. By the look of it, it's in alphabetical order, so you can hunt for what you've come across and get that information from that. And it's got some nice images as well. And it definitely seems to be in alphabetical order. Yep. So now we're getting to the next section, which is quests. I am going to keep us right at the beginning for that because I don't want to spoil it. So we've got here overview here. So we've got quests and a main quest, and then it's talking about there being 3 acts. It's saying there are a total of 20 different main quests in 3 acts. Each quest leads directly into the next, as shown in the table. So it's going into information here about the main quest. I don't particularly want to detail, but it's sort of telling you intersecting quests. So what quest is joined to it, location, characters involved, enemies involved, objectives, and then it's actually giving you almost like quite well written information about that quest and exactly what you need to know to complete it and what the objectives are each time, and some notes on that as well. As an example here, this is the beginning. We are at this point a prisoner, so the main quest is to escape, but this is the point. Just as you come to this point, they are asking who you are, I guess. They ask for your name, it says, I remember this, and then at that point is the point that you create your character. So don't think, oh, it started and I haven't created a character, and then you carry on from there. So that's main quest Act 3, and it's now, and I'm not going to show it, but it's now showing major spoilers, look, so I'm not going to let you see it. Okay, so then we have companion quests overview. So you can start companion quests when you arrive at blah, and then it talks about those, and again it goes into details the same way as we did before, and it tells you what the quests are available and then information about each one. College quests, again, just, I guess these are all kind of side quests, and I don't want to show you these because they're definitely giving a big spoiler alert thing on each of these, so I'm trying to keep these. So, oh, we've got a map here, look. So we've got another map for a different set of quests. So basically it's giving us the main quests, and then it's giving us all of these side quests, which I am trying to get through, and it is huge. So that is all of the main quests, the side quests, companion quests, different area quests, all sorts. I'm going to cover that because I don't know if that's anything. So then we've got an overview of the lands, so basically our maps. The atlas is divided into 13 sections. The first 9 reveal each of the holds of Skyrim, so basically the areas, running from northwest to southeast. Section 10 is dedicated to other realms. Sections 11 and 12 show the 2 parts of the Isle of Solstheim, and the last section is devoted to the realm of. In each chapter, locations are divided into primary locations, points, and secondary locations. And then also for larger dungeons and settlements, interior maps have been provided. These help you explore major locations and flag important items. And then it sets out the icons that you will see. So this is area 1 that they're talking about. It's giving a topographical overview of that area. It's giving available services, crafting and collectibles, and this tells you then what the collectibles are that are available and any special objects that are available. Here's the actual map. So this is a particular area. I haven't particularly said which one. And you can see the different icons on it. Those match with that in the game. And then it goes into primary locations here, secondary locations, additional locations, related quests. So this is the capital of this hold, big location, and it talks about the quests that are related to that capital, the crafting and the services, collectibles, etc. with regard to that particular one. And then we move on to the lore of the city. So this is a map of the main city of this big map, and then it goes into areas of interest, etc. within that, which again I won't go into. Then we've got a little bit more of a map of an internal building here, and then we've got a primary location, so that is on our list here. On it goes. I'm not going to show too much again because I don't want to give anything away, but you get how it works. So basically it's taking this big map, it's showing the overview of this one section, and this presumably is going to be showing you how each of these holds relate to each other, and you can see it as a whole. But at the moment you've got this one section but within it is lots of other bits, and it's got its primary locations, its secondary locations, and each one is then given information and space here with a map for that, different information on that, and maps for buildings that might be relevant, etc. And it's just going through all of those till it gets to the next hold, which then it starts again. So that is all to do with this section, and then we go on to the next one. So I'm not going to go through all of that because I don't want to spoil it, as I said all along, but that basically goes all of that lot. So now we have the appendices, and it says it's a minor spoiler, so I'm just going to be a little cautious. So we've got achievements and trophies. So basically, again, if you're sort of a completionist, this will allow you to find them, know what they are. It looks like you could even tick them off if you wanted to. So that's all of those. More and more notes and clarifications. This is about traders. So basically the service, the zone, the location, and the name of that person. Unique armor, so information and stats about that. Skill books, so telling you what the books are and where they are and what they do. Other references. Then we get to language things, which again I don't want to go too much into, and then finally the index. So it's a big book with a lot of information and a big index, which is always helpful, I think. And then we've got a quest index as well by the look of it. Have we got anything else before that? No, so that's good. We've also got a quest index, so that's handy. And then finally, we've just got a acknowledgement section and some nice artwork, and of course this big map, which I don't really want to rip out at this point, but you get what it kind of looks like. And that is it. There's the back cover of the book. So it actually shows you here the poster. So you can see how huge it is, and it's two-sided as well. So you get a real big overview of it. And that is it. That is our Skyrim book all complete. I hope that you found it useful to take a look at this book and helped you decide whether it's for you or not. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.